Before this one starts, I do want to mention that I did have an episode recorded before this one, but that one wound up getting dropped, and I explain why in this episode. So you'll learn about it in a second. Also, I want to let you know that some of the information I say in this video is a little incorrect, so I will be correcting that information in future videos. And I'm only mentioning that just in case you go check out those future videos and you're wondering why the information has changed from this episode. That's the reason why. Now, with that being said, let's get to the live stream podcast. I wanted to go ahead and talk about why, especially on YouTube, why I haven't been uploading as late. And I think it's kind of important to tell about what's going on. So there was a lot of things that happened. And I also want to say this because I plan on clipping this out. First, and I don't know if B will vouch on the last part. He'll vouch on the last part for sure. But first, and I think I said this in the last live stream, I was taking time out because I was trying to get the live stream up to par. So I had a new graphics, a new intro, a new basically a Be Right Back. You've seen it, right, B?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, so you see it. So yeah, so I did all that. And if you're looking on screen right now, I'm sure you could tell there's not any differences. Well, if you came last week, or I even think the week before, there were a lot of differences. But no longer are there because, so the second thing that happened, this was my fault. I'm basically trying to learn how to code. I'm trying to learn how to code Python right now. And just so you know, I use a Mac computer. And I learned very quickly, which B kind of told me about. I wound up working in what was called a terminal.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So I wound up working on a terminal. And I download something. I put in some code. And basically, I couldn't get into the terminal anymore, and I pretty much screwed up my computer.
Mm-hmm.
So the reason why you haven't seen any updates or anything, and why it just looks like how it's always looked, is because I had to delete everything. Basically, everything I've done in the past month is gone. And that's why it affects YouTube videos, because a lot of my YouTube videos that were completed or done also went with it too.
Mm-hmm.
That wasn't even uploaded. So all the work, all the plans, everything I had to do is now gone. Not only that, there seems to be some other issues that are going on with some of my accounts because I reset everything. So not everything is there anymore. I mean, just outside of losing a month, there's just other things, other logins and stuff, even programs ever since I restarted my computer and reformatted everything. Also it's missing, also isn't working right. So I gotta fix that now too. But then a third thing happened. And I've been dealing with this issue for a little while now. And I think it's just important to talk about it here just in case you run into the issue, because even my issue still isn't solved. But B knows because he got the message, but I got hacked.
Mm-hmm.
And, well, I don't know what it was. Well, so I'll just explain this. I'll let B kind of explain what it was, 'cause I have no idea what it was. But basically, I got an email. So watch it say, over the past couple of months, I've already gotten one of my emails hacked. I've got actually, I think, one or two emails hacked already. I keep having Google call me, but I found out that who's ever calling me from Google isn't actually Google. And I can't get on the phone with Google to figure out what's going on for them to help me out. So that's an issue. And then the other day, basically a lot of my social medias got hacked into. So I wound up having to spend the past couple of days having to change my password and go in and redo a couple of things. And And like I said, this has been happening for a while. I've had a couple other social media accounts get hacked. I had to change some things. Some social medias were gone. I was able to get them back. But yeah, so that's been happening to me too. And once I got hacked, and like I said, B can vouch because he got some of the messages. And anyways, can you tell me what it was? Because I don't know what it was. I just came and started deleting stuff. Can you tell me what you saw or what I sent? B? Oh, hold on. My fault. I lost him. All right. Hello?
Yeah. I don't know what happened. I
Yeah.
disconnected.
Oh, that's
Yeah.
another thing too. I need to get a new cell phone too because because I haven't been able to get my text messages at all either. So that's another issue, but that had nothing to do with this. But anyways, what I was asking, I didn't know. I dropped the call. Um, what did you see on your end? Because I have no idea what I sent. Well, what they sent you.
Well, first, there's just a picture of of a fake Elon Musk. I guess it was a casino crypto
Hmm.
that was well, in the fake profile, the fake website said it was owned by Elon Musk, and then that wasn't true. And then the second photo was a photo of someone holding up a phone that showed 25,000 because the whole purpose of the scam was uh, to get you to sign up for the website, and once you sign up, it will show that now you have $2,500 in your account, and you promise you could withdraw the $25,000, right? So that was the scam, was to get you to go over there, create a fake account because this was a real. No. And then once you're about to withdraw the 25,000, they'll tell you, oh, in order for you to withdraw, you have to complete the registration, to be verified, right? So you go to the verification page, and then they ask for your name, email, birthday date, and then once you get to the last process, it said in order for you to be verified, you have to deposit $60 into the $60 in crypto. Oh, well, in money in general, in order to you to be verified, or for you to quote unquote withdraw 25,000. Which once you put that money on there, you have been locked out, and it took $60 from you. So yeah, it was a fake website to allow to get you to deposit money, and not only that, they'll have your all your information, your banking information, if you use your credit card, your name and birthday, which that really don't matter because everyone got at this point, even your email, which doesn't matter. But if you use to sign up, if you were to use a common password that you use for pretty much all your websites, they have that password now, so they'll have access to important all those websites that's important to you that have access because you use the same password for everything. So, yeah, that was pretty much the scheme.
Okay, yeah, and I wanted to make sure to say that just in case anybody runs into that, so you know, like if you get a weird message, like I told a lot of people who got this message, if you don't hear from me, or at least wait for me to respond before you look into that, because I would never, at least not without a good reason, ever show that much money, especially if it's my money on the internet. I will never do that. That's not something I will ever do. It's not something I have. And if I did have it, you would never know about it. So yeah. So because of that, that's kind of what happened. So basically now my computer, so it's just a three trifecta, three trifectas where it went back to updating my live stream, which was the goal. then to me messing up my terminal. So I basically had to restart my entire computer, and then me getting hacked. And again, this has been happening to me for a little while now on different
Mm-hmm.
accounts that I have. So, like I said, some of them I got back, some of them, well, actually, I haven't really lost any accounts. No, I actually haven't lost any accounts. I just got a couple of my accounts back finally.
Mm-hmm.
And like I said, I've gotten calls where, they call from like a Google number, and then they know all my information. They have my address, they have my name, they have my number. So
Mm-hmm.
it just, I've been dealing with that. So,
Mm-hmm.
yeah, like I said, I've been changing emails, I've been going to things, and that's kind of why you haven't really heard anything from me, any new videos, and you're probably not going to hear any new videos for a while. That's why I didn't do it a Gundam Live build, which I was planning on doing this week, or I should say last week. It was either no, I think it was this week. It's either this week or next week. I think I said, but that kind of got pushed back because of that situation. So that's why I wasn't even thinking about that. But
Mm-hmm.
all these things happening all at once, it just kind of screwed everything up. So
Yeah, so,
yeah, so that's why I've been really, 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 really light on here. And not only that, the other thing too is I also got a part, and I talked to B about this off the stream. But there's a part that I bought that I'm waiting for it to come in because it's not in service right now. And once that part comes in, I was gonna have to take time to update everything. And I decided, so basically on stream with all the improvements that I made, those are going to be, I'm not even going to worry about that. Like, I still got those files. Luckily, those files are still there. They haven't been deleted. So I got all those backed up. But me going ahead, putting into OBS and trying to fix everything, well, that's going to be put on pause until I get that new part. Because what was going to have to happen is once I get a new part, I was going to have to stop anyways, and then kind of reorganize everything for that new piece, and then I will be able to. Then I would have to, like I said, go in, adjust everything. Now, because basically I lost a month, I could just, when that comes in, I could just slowly basically update and upgrade everything kind of all at once and get everything up to par. So all the improvements I had to the stream is still there, but I'm not going to update. It's going to be postponed. So you're going to just get this old version for now. But that's basically what happened. That's the situation. Like I said, I upgraded my live stream. Then I screwed up my computer, had to fix it, and then I got hacked. And yeah, and so that's why I've been delayed, and it's probably going to be a little bit before I get back to normal. But the one thing I can guarantee you that I will make sure to stream at least once a week, every week, particularly Wednesday. But just in case I don't stream Wednesday, I'll make sure to stream once a week. But you could pretty much guarantee I'll make sure to stream every Wednesday. I try to stream as early as possible, but for sure it's usually always going to be between 11 and 4. Like I said, today I was late because everything had to be updated. There's a lot of things I wasn't able to work on or fix. Like I said before, I lost my Kick login, but I was able to figure it out. So now I'm back on there. But yeah, so that's basically what happened. That's the issue. That's why I said I had a pretty long, rough week.
mm-hmm.
And yeah, it's been pretty rough. And basically and that's why in the morning, if you heard me when I first came on, I sounded demoralized because I kind of was, because all the work that I put in. So all the work that I put in over the weeks basically was for nothing.
Mm-hmm.
So that's kind of what happened. Because like I said, I put a lot of work into fixing these streams and doing all of this. And there's other things that's going on too that you don't know in the background that has nothing to do with the stream. But because of that, I wound up losing everything. And yeah, it just kind of like, oops. It was a lot. It was a lot. It was a big loss.
Mm-hmm.
A big loss. But yeah, so that's the story about what happened. And that's what I wanted to go ahead and let you know about and kind of explain to you the situation and what happened. The good news is is because I had a lot of time to just wait and chill. I've been to Gacha Games pretty heavy for the past week,
Mhm.
like really, really heavy. And I was going to wait to do this for a video, but I'll do this for a live stream. Because I know, I know. B said that. I mean, he talked before, and he said one day he will definitely go ahead and probably download some of these games. But I thought I'd go ahead and talk about, or at least explain right now what my top 5 gotcha games are currently that I'm playing.
Okay.
And maybe you might want to check them out or interested in them. So I'll just give you 5. Like I said, I plan on doing a list probably around June. But
Okay.
yeah, I just want to give you 5 that you could try out real quick. But man, I had a lot of time playing gotcha games, like a ton. So and it's one I've been playing in particular, but I wanted to just kind of give you a quick list. So, and sadly, because I'm live streaming, I can't like put pictures on screen, but I'll at least give you my 5 real quick that I would recommend. One I already played, 2 I haven't, 1 is new, and I forgot, and the 5th one I forgot what it was, but I could look at it right now.
Mhm.
So right now, I would say number 5 that I'm playing currently, I will have to go Epic 7.
Mhm.
Epic 7 is such a good game. Yeah, like I said, you've seen it, right, B? Like I showed it to you, right?
Mhm.
Yeah.
Yep.
So Epic 7 is probably one of my favorite games I'm playing right now. I was able to play that for a while. It kind of fell off because there's just other games I'd rather play and newer games. But I still
Mhm.
go back to Epic 7 from time to time. It's very, very fun. They had a really big update recently. I 110% recommend you go ahead and check out Epic 7 if you ever want to get into gotcha games. That would
Uh-huh.
be my 5th pick. Number 4 that I'm currently playing right now, it would have to be SD Gundam G Generation Eternal, which if you were watching the stream earlier, that's what I was playing, which is a Gundam game. Very, very fun. I enjoy it. Very easy. It's basically a tactical game.
Okay.
So I definitely recommend that game. If you're heavily into Gundam, it's probably one of the best Gundam games out there. Of course, I have my issues with presentation, but presentation doesn't mean nothing. Presentation doesn't mean nothing about gameplay. Again, the presentation isn't bad. I just expected more, but it is a really, 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 really good game. I enjoy it. I've had fun with it all the time. Again, if you're a big Gundam fan, I think you'll enjoy it. I really do like it. So that's 4. Number 3 on my list right now will have to be Mekarashi. Mekarashi, which again I think it has one of the coolest names I've heard in a gotcha game or any game, which is another tactics mech game, but it's not really a Gundam. But if you like more difficult and more like a strategy game, I probably would recommend you go ahead and check out Mekarashi. Definitely, it's a good game. I have a lot of fun playing that one, but it is probably one of the harder games on this list. Even right now, I'm currently stuck. I think as I'm live streaming, which I don't know. I may come back when I do my pulls. I'm trying to decide because it's going to be an update tonight at as the stream. There's going to be an update tonight, and the next character that's going to come up is going to be a top tier character, and it's kind of a must pull. So, but it does take a lot of work. It takes a lot of investment, but it is a fun game, and there is strategy. You actually got to work at it. So, if you're really into strategy, I recommend that one. Number 2 on the list, which I know for a fact, I know for a fact, I, I'm getting tongue tied. I know for a fact B actually saw it, and I enjoyed the game. I've been playing that game ever since launch, and I kind of took a break for the number 1 game. But number 2 has to be Chaos Zero Nightmare. It's a card game, but it's so much fun. It's so much fun. Each character that you pull for has a unique style. I will say, and I understand that, yeah, with it being a card game and a gotcha, it does get kind of annoying So I do understand. I mean, all gotcha. I understand the criticism, but it's such a good game. It's fun. I enjoy it. Like I said, I don't need to really say much to B because B already saw it. He already saw a preview of it. Again, I wish I could pull some of these games up, but I can't. This is one of the reasons why I need a new cell phone. But yeah, it's one of my favorite games. It's basically just a card game, but like each character has their own play style. And basically, depending on how you play, it's basically the character that you're gonna want to build. But it's very, very fun. I have so much fun with that game. It does get repetitive in a way, you know. And the other issue is, and I do agree, it going through a round could be very, very long, like very long to the like way too long. Like it's like I want to say to beat a stage, it could take as soon as a half an hour to like 45 minutes.
Wow.
And if it's really hard, it could go even longer. But that's definitely it. And then number one that I'm playing right now. What's up?
That's kind of typical nowadays, at least, with these card games.
Well,
They be long.
yeah.
Long.
Well, remember, this isn't your typical card game either. It just it's just a card based game. But yeah, I guess so. But number one,
Stuff that's going on. Yeah.
yeah. But number one, I would have to say it's my favorite one. Which that's another thing that I lost. That's another I gotta say. But the reason why you haven't seen none of that footage of that game is because all my footage has been corrupted. So I lost a lot of footage with that. It was even had to do with the with everything being erased. That footage literally got corrupted, so like a lot of it's gone. So I lost a lot of it, which is annoying. But the number one has to be that I've been playing consistently is Star Saviors.
Oh.
Now I will say the gacha is a pain in the butt, but at least because, like I said, just started, you get a lot of currency, so you could definitely get the characters that you want. Now, everybody recommends one character that's kind of like a must-have to progress through the game. And the worst part is you got to have multiple copies. That's the one thing that sucks. You at least got to have 2 copies of a character. But I'm having so much fun with that game. That game is fun. That game is smooth. It does have some issues, even with translation. Some of the stuff isn't translated, but I have so much fun with that game. There's so much to do. The characters are great. Like, I enjoy that game. So Star Saviors is probably the number one game I'm playing right now. So with that being said, I just want to, from everything that I said, I know I didn't say much. Out of all the games I talked about, is there any one that may interest you from 5 to 1?
Well, I'm gonna give all of them a shot. Just because it's on the phone, pretty much.
Yeah. Oh, and by the way, I want to make sure to add that I am a total free-to-play player, so I spend no money in this game. So be aware. None of the games I mentioned, I spend money in. But I'll go ahead. Sorry about that. I'll let you finish, B.
For someone like me who will rather grind and earn the stuff, that's good.
Yep. So yes, expect a video or a account overview of me going through Star Saviors. So either next video will either be my Star Saviors video or a comments address. One of those two. So B is on here strictly because we're going to go ahead and do some Yu-Gi-Oh deck building today. Because I am getting really tired. I'm not really getting tired because it's my best deck, but I really need to use another deck besides my. Oh, you see, this is another issue that's happening. See, I got another error that keeps popping up. I've been using the same deck forever, and that's only because I know that deck like the back of my hand. But I really want to take time to kind of go back. And oh, my bad, B, because I know I told you I was going to send you the decks that I was going to work on. So that's my fault. I didn't send those to you.
Turn everything back on because I can't see what you're doing.
Oh, that's another thing too. Which I know you were very happy about that last time we streamed, but sadly, You will not be able to see chat anymore until I get that fixed.
Oh yeah, that's not good.
That's another thing that's another thing that was sacrificed.
Was a nice speech, you know.
Oh yeah. Oh, I'm gonna bring it back. It's just it's gonna be a while now. So that's another thing that was sacrificed that I wound up losing. Is the ability for for y'all on the chat to be able to send a message you can see on screen. That's gone because of that. That's another thing that we wound up losing. So, but that will be coming back as soon as that new part comes in. I will be setting that back up for sure.
At least your channel pops up now. Shoot.
Oh, oh, it does now.
Yeah.
Finally.
So first I could find a channel for sure. Excuse the early start of this, but I could find a channel.
Oh yeah, that's another thing I lost too. If you're wondering why you haven't seen any of my gameplay videos, which I guess I gotta add that in too, it's because of that situation too. Because I had some gameplay videos ready to go too, and yeah, those are all gone.
Yeah.
So yeah, yep, I lost a lot.
Okay, I see your screen now.
All right, cool. All right, so as you know, I already have my light ray deck. Which I mean, we could go back into that later because right now the main goal is I want to work on other decks, and I'll come to you for advice. So I would say the only other deck I know for a fact that I've used, and I kind of get out to play it, is my Lunar Light deck. The other decks I would like to work on is Chaos Dragon because I know you know that better than me. And again, I'm not looking for these decks to be great or top. I'm just trying to build some of my decks that I like.
Yeah.
So just to kind of go through with some of the decks that I have, and mind you, don't fully worry about the names because some of these names are off. But I can tell you right now, like I said, Lyra will come back to, but Buster Blader deck, which I really do want to work on that. The Chaos Dragon, Fire King, Lunar Light, of course, the Gemini deck. The Constellar deck is another deck that I use. Zodiac, Ninja. Did I already say Red Eyes? Okay, well, there's a Red Eyes. Fire Fist, Magician Girl, Six Samurai, Galaxy Photon, Harpies. And yeah, and I do have a spell book and a Dragon Maid and a Warrior deck. So is any ones that stand out that you may say, hey, that you might have knowledge of that you might want to work on, help me work on first?
That's tough. We're going back to 2015.
Pretty much. Because there's not too many new decks I really like outside of the yeah, there's not too many new decks that came out that I actually have attachment to.
Yeah.
So
a lot of the decks I haven't seen them or even thought about them in years.
Well, if I name a deck, can you kind of tell me what the issues are about currently playing it today?
I think I've been able to.
Huh?
I think I've been able to.
Okay. All right. Okay. So you see, I would see that's another game you need to pick. You need to pick a Master Duel. That would be very nice. But anyway, so like so I'll just name off a deck and you can just tell me the issue with it. So all right. First, let's start off with Buster Blader.
Buster Blader.
If you don't know, we could skip it.
It needs more. I mean, there are blue eyes mirroring with Buster Blader. But it's still just inconsistency issue. Need more support. Dies to hand traps, pretty much, and yeah, it just needs some more support, pretty much.
Okay. All right. How about the Chaos Dragon?
Chaos Dragons pretty much got replaced by Lynx, the Link Dragons, you know. which is a top tier deck. But the actual Chaos Dragon, nah, they're pretty much dead right now. Well, because like I said, most they still have opponent cards that's still banned. Red Eye Darkness Dragon got errated,
which I hate, by the way.
which killed the consistency of the deck. And the Dragon mashup, the Dragon variants, because Chaos decks is just a variety of different cards.
Yeah.
They haven't really been that great, from what I know, all I know of. That's chaos based. That it hasn't. The Chaos Dragon definitely needs just the Chaos Dragon part needs another structure deck or something. Even with the Light Pulsar Dragon, it misses timing. And so, yeah, that deck, I won't say it doesn't work. It's just that I'll have to look through, because there's 20,000 Yu-Gi-Oh cards.
Yeah.
So I'll literally have to go to every single light and dark dragon type and see if that's even possible or not.
Okay.
I think he's not the top tier, but I think he could be playable.
All right.
Roll deck, I guess. Yeah.
All right. Okay. Next one I have it on the list. What about Fire King?
I know they're top tier deck like last year.
Yeah, they were topping last year.
And they were in mix with that other, what's that engine called?
Snake Eyes.
Snake Eyes, yeah. But that engine is not really playing no more. They're still a solid deck. It's not. I don't think they're a tier 1 deck no more.
But it's
or if they are, they're a low tier 1 deck. They're not on the high part of it. So
okay. All right. Okay. All right. Next one, which is a deck that I've actually played with, but I haven't played with it too often, is the Luna Light deck, which is a fusion based deck.
Yeah, Luna top tier.
Is it top tier?
In OCG, yeah.
Oh, I didn't know that.
I said it's probably like the mid top tier around that. That's because, like I said, the boss monsters, they're pretty strong. So, I mean, they can win a match on their own.
Well, go ahead. No. While you're talking, I'm going to do some pulls.
Yeah, Luna is a top tier deck, right? That's because the boss monsters, they have strong effects. I think the best one is unaffected by card effects. Something like that. And, so, but like I said, if you have a deck that's, they could beat a 3,800 attack monster, then, I mean, they pretty much lost. So.
Oh, so 3,800 attack monster basically has some beats.
I thought it's unaffected by card effects, so it's hard to get. It's hard if you don't have a monster that can attack over that. That's hard to beat.
Okay.
If you have I think it has let me look it up.
Yeah, go right ahead. So right now we're just summoning because I didn't realize there was new cards that came in on Master Duel yet. So
Yeah, like I don't know if all these cards on Master Duel or not because I know Master Duel it takes a while for it to get newer cards.
yeah.
So, but that Lunar Night Liger Dancer, Lunar Light Leo Dancer +3 Lunar Light Monster is a fusion. Must be fused to sun with the above fusion material, unaffected by card effects, except Lunar Light cards can make a second attack during each battle phase. Once per turn, quick effect, you can send one Lunar Light monster from your extra deck to destroy all your opponent's special summon monsters. Yeah. So that's a very strong effect, you know. So when a boss like that, it can literally win duels on its own.
Okay.
Probably like that if you have a monster with some type of defense, negation, like that's higher than 3,800. And then I could do.
Okay. So what we'll do, I mean, we'll go on now. I'll go ahead and talk to him about other decks. I'm just gonna let the summon finish up. But I think we'll go ahead and start with trying to build Lunar lights. But I want to go ahead and talk about other decks before we before we go ahead and look at the rest, look at the Lunar lights and figure out how to build this deck and see what I need and what I'm missing. So let me have you talk about some other decks real quick. So what about the Valkyries?
I don't know nothing about them.
Say that again.
I don't know nothing about Valkyrie.
Okay, then we'll skip. Yeah. What is this deck? I don't think that's a dog mod. I don't think. Yeah, that's why I died. I deleted that deck. There's something in there. All right, you know my must love deck, and you keep destroying me every time I bring it up. A Gemini deck.
Well, it's not that I'm trying to destroy you because I have a Gemini deck. But with the many attempts that I've done to try to make that deck work, it is very depressing.
Can you explain why?
It just doesn't work. Well, like when Gemini's first was introduced, it was playable. Yeah, like the game was a lot slower. Where most likely your turn was to summon 2 monsters to get into an extra deck card, lay 2 trap cards in your turn. The game is way too fast nowadays. And it's crazy because, like I said, I tried the new Gemini archetype, and it didn't work. Too slow. I tried different ways to maybe help try to speed up the deck. Trying to pretty much trying to speed it up. It just nothing. I say, man. And it doesn't help. It also doesn't help that the new Gemini, that Gemini, I think it was like chemical critters or something like that.
Yeah, which I don't use them at all. I don't really like them. But yeah, go ahead. Yeah.
Even with them, it doesn't really help out the core Gemini mechanic, the core of Geminis. Like I said, those monsters were level 2, where most Geminis were level 4.
Yep.
So, and I was like, so it wasn't even good for like an XYZ deck. So that didn't help. I know, like I said, there was like a Fire Warrior Geminis. Now they got a little bit of support, but That didn't help. Everything that could, like, say, Gemini need broken support. It changed the Gemini mechanic. I mean, maybe if they was treated even as normal in the deck, so we could use normal support cards. Something,
Yeah.
Or maybe if they had a card that they get unlimited normal summons. Because even like I said, with the new support, it only gives them additional normal summon. And it's like, what that all that just does is activate their effect, or or they can summon 2 Geminis. What is that going to do?
Yeah,
their effect is. So that, man, it's and like I said, I'm a Gemini player, and it's depressing, man. I even hate to say, man, but this hurt my soul. But it's literally the worst deck I have.
What about bringing back ultimate? What about bringing back like an ultimate offering card? Would that help?
No.
He said nah.
Maybe the spell card version, but as a trap, no.
Okay.
It's too slow. It's too slow.
Okay. Well, we got Geminis. All right. What about Constellars? And not Stellar Knights, but Constellars.
I know they got new support. And if I remember correctly, they got some solid support. I don't know how they're doing meta wise. I'm not sure.
I don't know if it's gonna be good in meta, but
I think it could be, a solid, starter tier deck, little starter rogue deck. I could definitely see that.
No.
But I think the other counterparts, they were better to begin with. The Constellars or whatever,
Tellarknights.
They're Tellarknights, yeah.
Tellarknights, yeah, right.
Yeah.
This one right here.
Hello?
Yeah.
Oh, okay, there you go.
Yeah, you just went low a little bit.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I know. Oh, Tellarknights, they function better than Constellars. It was a lot faster deck, at least back then. I know they got new support too, so I do. I still remember their boss with that level 5 boss monster return cards to their hands.
Yep.
Man. It's still good. It has no protection, but quick effect, return to the hand, that's still a powerful effect.
Yep.
I'm an evil swarm guy. And there's no competition with that. Castellas are just better.
Yeah, the only issue is you had to do you can't really use it everywhere because you got to use 2 level 5 light monsters. So you still got to use light monsters. So you can't use, which is something that you always said, which is your criticism about how all these cards could just be used everywhere.
Yeah, no restrictions, or or they make important archetype cards generic, which will end up causing that card to be banned by better decks. Now your deck is left with none. I mean, I have my deck too many times. Super Samurai's one, no? They finally got new support. They made it generic, and it got my cards. So it got some of my cards banned, man, or limited. Oh wow! I just can't win here. So, uh, but no, the Chaos Dragon, the Synchro one.
Uh-huh.
Why do all the other Chaos Synchro monsters have a light? It requires a light and dark turn, a light or a dark monster.
Yeah.
But for some reason, the dragon was the most powerful effect, the one that gets my deck going. They make the requirements generic to summon.
Okay. Next one on the list, Zodiac.
Zodiac is dealing with the ban list.
There you go. That's simple.
Once we get off the ban list, I think it'll be a low tier, tier one, but on the low side.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's just it got to get cards off the ban list. That's until that happens. Zodiac sucks.
All right. Well, that's enough of there. That makes sense. All right. What about which? Man, there's so many more with these. A ninja deck.
Ninjas are interesting because I fought some really good ninja decks. It's very rare. But because, like I said, they're so niche, like I said, the time when I fought them, I didn't know what to do. I was familiar with the cards. But I said Ninja, they got some good cards. I think they're a roll deck that can surprise you. And but the what's tricky with ninjas is because they have flip effects and just normal cards.
Yeah.
So I don't know what the ratio of a ninja deck was. Like, what cards is the most important? Because ninjas also got those, the boss monsters being different types. There's something to do with the trap cards, the ninja trap cards. So I'm not really sure exactly how the deck is built today.
Okay. So for me, basically, we won't be touching ninjas today. Fair enough. Okay. What about Red Eyes, which is probably one of the most expensive decks that I'm trying to build. Which is one of the most expensive decks I'm trying to build in real life. But go ahead.
Red Eyes need some serious help.
Oh, that bad?
Well, here's the thing with Red Eyes is that Blue Eyes is known for destruction, power. Dark Position. No, for the magic and trap cards, and the trickery stuff like that. Red Eyes is known to work with other decks, but also burn damage.
Yeah. Well, technically, the lore is they're supposed to represent potential, lore wise.
Here's the thing about Red Eyes: the burn damage one is the best variant, but the thing is, the Red Eye Depth severely needs new support, but that's hard to do with burn damage because you can easily make burn damage broken. So that variant is tricky. Then the other variants, they don't really work well together as a Red Eyes deck. You have the Gemini Red Eyes variant. Really, I don't need to explain that one.
Yeah.
You have the equipped Red Eye version. They're not good. You got the ritual Red Eye version, not good. You got Xenomorph one with the new version. They are good monsters, but it's not good enough to make a red eye stay good. And and yeah, the fusion, which the red eye fusion spell card is way too restrictive.
Hmm.
So none of the red eye cards really don't work well together within its own theme.
Yeah.
And the next red eye support needs to work with red eye. Stop trying to work with everybody else. And just make red eye strong. That's what they need to focus on.
Okay, that's good to know. All right, one of my favorite decks that I've owned but I haven't played with in years, I forgot how they play, is the Brotherhood of the Fire Fist.
Yeah, they need new support. There's a few things. One thing, they're normal summon reliant.
Okay.
Have and to quicken up their gameplay. They're kind of old.
Yeah.
Like I said, the one I remember was the fire. They beer.
Yeah, Bear is it's a main engine. It's a main engine, yeah.
Like I said, to activate his effect, you had to send one of the fire formations to the graveyard.
Yeah.
Destroying one monster on the field. That a effect like that is not good enough anymore. It's too easy to be negated. And you don't want to waste your normal summon to summon him to use that effect, and it gets negated. Now there's really no follow up play after that. So the deck is suffering from the need ways more monsters that special summon themselves. And these monsters that have a little bit more stronger effects for today's standard. And Fire Fist don't have the power to beat them compared to what type of monsters we have to deal with today.
Yeah.
Like I said, if the Fire Fist had to face Luna Knight, what are they going to do to get over a 3,800 attack monster that is not affected by none? What are they going to do? How are they going to defeat something like that? They can't. So yeah, it just lacks the hit power.
Okay.
It just lacks the. I think Fire Fist, is a good starter deck type. A starter deck, to get used to starting off with Yu-Gi-Oh, right? But
yeah,
once you start getting to find competitive players, that deck gotta get discarded. It's just it's not bad. It's just not good enough to compete anymore.
All right, we'll move on to the next one. What about Magician Girl?
Are you talking about just the Dark Magician Girls? Those? Yeah, they nah.
Nah. He's like, move on.
Yeah, they just won't stand a chance.
Okay. Move on. We'll move
But I still hate to say, they're better than Geminis. Oh, dude, that's so pathetic. Oh, it's so sad. I hate it, man. It's so sad. Oh,
All right.
it's
Okay.
so it's so depressing. Yeah.
What about the
Go ahead.
six? Go ahead.
No, I said go ahead. Go ahead.
Okay. What about the six Sams?
Just pretty much just the power. I think they got the speed to keep up with today's game. I mean, special summon. I say Six Samurai is what Fire Fist should be today. With I said they got the special summon power. They got the spams. They got boss monsters with strong effects. It's just that they don't have the power. Like I said, Blue Eyes, wow, the trap card or fake to destroy, what are they going to do? So they just need maybe the power. And I don't know how they do with hand traps. I don't know how they fare with hand traps. I'm not sure.
Yeah. Okay. All right. Okay. So there's some potential with six Sams. All right. Let me see what else I have. Oh yeah, it's my Galaxy Photon deck, which I haven't played that deck in years.
Oh, Galaxy got new support.
I saw it. I just didn't look into what it does.
They got some solid support that help the consistency. I just can't think right now is like what other Galaxy. Oh, in the past Galaxy, I had a problem with consistency and too many dead hands.
Okay.
And they had a problem with protection. They don't really have monsters that negate, and they don't have monsters that are immune to any type of battle protection, target protection, and so on and so forth. So I don't know. I don't know if the current newer cars will fix those issues. They got B sticks,
Oh yeah, easily. That's what it's kind of based around.
Yeah, but the perfect example is probably the best character dragon deck is the Red Dragon Archiphy.
Yep.
They got power. They got negate effects. I think the only thing they don't have is probably protection to start off the game. So that, for instance, that rock, the Nibiru, he would just come in and wipe out the whole field. But in that sequence, that's in general, it takes a while to climb up to get to your best field. So if you can stop that before that happens, then you might have a chance to win. But Red Dragon Archiphy is a perfect example of strong and has protection. I don't know if with the new Galaxy they have that type of protection, or the speed power,
Yeah.
They didn't quite have the speed. A lot of those cars, at least back then, they had a little bit too much restrictions that kind of, that's a lot of old decks, but it was a little bit too restrictive in a lot of ways.
Yeah.
And that for Blue Eyes, like like the Blue Eyes boss mods, they're really not. They're awful. I gotta rely on other cards uh, to stay. That's because of the restrictions. Like I said, there's a Blue Eyes Ultimate. So in order to attack 3 times, I can't have no other monsters on the field, and I had to send one. I had to have 3 fusion monsters to attack. Well, because for each, if you want to attack more than once, you gotta send the fusion card to the graveyard. That is way too many restrictions.
Oh, okay. Yeah, that makes sense.
Yeah, compared to the Cyber Dragon, it can attack 3 times without none of those restrictions.
Yep,
So
that's true.
uh, that's the type of things that older decks have to deal with, and those type of awful restrictions that kind of disable the playability of the deck. So, but if the new Galaxy Eye cards, they're solid. I mean, Galaxy could be a fun roll deck. It could probably even surprise some people once in a while. But it just depends how good the new support is.
Okay. Hold on 1 second. Okay, I'll check that out when I'm done streaming. Okay, yeah, this is another. Okay, well, I'm not. I'm just looking at this. Hold on. Let me get to the next one. Let's see what this is all about. Okay, this is different build. Okay. Next one is Harpies.
Harpies. I like Harpies. If I remember, they're sounding pretty good. I think, if I remember, they just lack. Well, they definitely lack power.
Yes, 110%. Yeah, and I just want to say this: that when it comes to Harpies, this is one of the decks. Well, most of the decks that I'm talking about, I actually own in real life. And Harpies was one of the decks that I only got by chance. I decided to finish it up. Well, it's not done anymore. But the only reason why I got a Harpies deck was by chance. It wasn't by I was trying to build it. It's just I forgot how I did it, but I wound up with a bunch of those cards, and I wound up being like, okay, I'll just go ahead and start building the deck. No, I think through a trade, or I think some people gave me a lot of the cards, and some people were throwing away some cards, and I was able to get a lot of the Harpies cards for free. So that's the reason why I started building a Harpies deck. I started playing it. It ain't because like this was a deck I was thinking about it, but I wound up having majority of the cards. I said, forget it. Let's build it. At least back then. Now it's a little bit different. But yeah, if you want to keep going, sorry about that. Just wanted to add that in there.
That's good. Yeah, it's just I think they got the speed. It's the power. For sure, they just don't hit hard at all.
Oh no, not at all. I will totally admit that. That's the one thing about Harpies; they do not have the power. When I had a Harpies deck, I mainly relied on the the extra deck.
Yeah,
if I remember, and I think it was also the trap cards.
Okay.
So yeah, but the power is not there. I agree. I think the speed is there, but the power isn't there.
Yeah, absolutely not. I want to say they're a little bit too focused on that card and spell destruction, but they don't do nothing to handle the monsters on the field. They don't have enough to handle monsters, like monster negation or just to get rid of strong monsters.
Yeah,
you got to rely on third-party cards to do all that. They're great at getting rid of back row. I'm some of the best to do it. But they focus way so much on that they forgot the monster side.
Yeah.
So like I said, they can get maybe some Harpies that to deal with some of the walls that we have to deal with in today's time. deal with that. Maybe a stronger harpy pet dragon that can actually kill something. Yeah, I remember a harpy pet dragon. It needed 2,000 attack and gave 300 attack for every harpy on the field. That's not good enough. So maybe they can get like some type of upgraded harpy pet dragon with 3,000 attack or something, or maybe 3,100 attack. Maybe that will help out with some protection for himself. Maybe that'll help out the deck better. But like I said, with those people, I mean, I think it's right there. They just get some more support.
Okay.
I don't think it'll take much to improve a harpy deck if Konami will give them some more support.
Okay.
Five new cars. I should put them around on a good spot.
Okay. All right. Cool. All right. Let me see. So I don't actually own this deck, but I wanted to get it because it's cheap now. Because I was always a fan of this deck. But yeah, when I first got this deck, it was one of the most expensive decks out there. But that is the Spellbook of Prophecy, which back in the day, this was topping. But that was some years ago.
Yeah. Spellbook is they suffer for well a few things. One, being a normal summon reliant deck. No, their main starter is a normal summon monster, and one Ash Blossom can practically ruin the whole deck.
Oh jeez.
Well, to ruin the start, the go-to play. All you gotta do is stop the main monster. The level 3 water spellcaster one. Or stop the what was that? Really get it back in the game. Spellbook. I mean, like, oh yeah, Spellbook of Judgment.
Yeah.
All you gotta do is stop one of those two in that deck pretty much, because that's their go-to play.
Okay.
Just need more monsters in general. The monsters that they have is just not good. Yeah, they're just not good. I think the spell cards are fine.
Yeah.
Spell cards are fine. It's just the monsters. They got a whole new load of support.
Okay. All right. Let me see next one. Oh yeah. So another deck that I wanted to build because it finally got cheap, and that is and I actually played this deck. I'm not really good at how this plays, but I actually did like playing with it, and that is the Dragon Maid deck.
Dragon Maid is solid. Yeah, you definitely can get wins with Dragon Maid.
Which I have, by the way, and not knowing how I got a win. That'd be honest.
Nah, Dragon Maid, they're I don't know. I think maybe like Dragon Maid they could definitely upset some tier 1 decks for sure. Yeah, this is a solid, strong deck, honestly. Not the best deck, but definitely you can definitely take that deck to a tournament,
Okay.
and win some games.
Yeah. All right.
The only weaknesses is maybe not always consistent. Kind of slow to get started, but no, they got some strong monsters. the boss monsters are pretty strong. So um, you could probably even mix it with some branded cards in the other Dragon Fusion deck. I can't think of the name right now. What's that? What's that deck called? Oh my god. Hit. Oh, Dragon Tales. Yeah, yeah. Maybe you can have a fusion of that. I think with Dragon Tales, they could be actually a tier one deck. I think honestly, but
Yeah, I have no idea what that deck is, but I do know about Dragon Maid. So
you know, you have to use Dragon Tales.
ah, no, we lost him. No, no. All right. All right, hold on. Hold on, I'm gonna try to get him back. I'm gonna give it a second because I'm gonna give it a second. I'll try to get it back. All right, here he is. All right, hello.
Yes, I don't know what happened.
Yeah, the call just dropped. But all right, let's go to the next one. I think I only got. Yeah, I think that's every. Okay, so there's only one other deck that I have, at least right now, that I want to talk about. Now, I'll be honest, it's one of my it's one of the decks that I own that I dislike the most, and only because of the kind of monsters they are. Not because of the deck, the monsters, but the type of cards.
Mm-hmm.
And that is the Magician Pendulum deck, which, yes, I actually own this. I don't know if they got any new cards, but I know when they first came out, I got every single Magician Pendulum deck when they first, Magician Pendulum card when they first came out. And, well, I don't think the original ones, but I have pretty much, I want to get in all of them. Even though Pendulum is the main reason why I basically quit Yu-Gi-Oh! In the first place, yes, I did have a Pendulum deck because at the time I wanted a Magician deck. And so I went with Pendulum's Magician, and I don't regret it, but I just have a hatred of Pendulums. that's really what it is.
Okay. I feel I have never created a pendulum deck. And is that I just didn't like I didn't really like the archetypes during that time period.
Oh, I didn't either. Like I said, this is the only Pendulum deck I ever have and I ever built because that was right before I was like, I'm done. So I was like, I at least want to have one competitive deck, one Pendulum deck.
Yeah.
And I decided with Pendulum Magician. And I like again, I won't say I regret it, but I just don't like pendulums.
Well, the Pendulum Disc is back in its prime, they're a top tier deck.
Hands down. Hands, no, I'm green.
Yeah. But Pendulum suffer because of the ruse right now.
Which I'm not even mad about.
Yeah. Where you kind of have to kill some out of the extra deck, you have to have a leak monster.
Yep.
I mean, how the game is today is pretty much as fast, or if not faster, than pendulums were back then.
Which I'm not mad about.
So the mechanic of pendulums can return because there won't be over speed because, like I said, top decks are probably even faster than what it was back then. Now, I think what the pendulums, what will keep them in check is that pendulum decks they don't really use a lot of third party cards.
Yeah.
Now they kind of have to be stuck within pendulum in order for it to work.
Yeah.
And I think that kind of that will keep pendulum cards in deck. Because like I said, I don't think if you will bring the rules back to normal with pendulum, I don't think they'll ever be as good like how they used to.
Yeah, but again, this is one of those
Uh,
cards I'm kind of glad that they killed off.
yeah.
I do not like pendulums.
No, well, especially back, it had to happen.
Well, the
It
fact that
had to
they came up with
happen.
that concept in the first place to me was dumb.
Yeah.
Just a very irresponsible concept.
If it was like I said, like I always said, man, pendulum monsters they shouldn't either be that strong in attack wise or their affection have been that strong.
Or
Uh,
even the summoning, because that's the other issue. You could just summon real, like you could. It did everything. Summon very quickly, can destroy it, bring it back quickly, bring themselves back. Swarm, like it did everything and at a rapid pace.
yeah, like maybe it would be fine if they just pin something out the hand, but the fact that the extra deck was a graveyard where they could just use any as long as that pin card was in the extra deck, no matter how much they could just summon out of it. That was wild. You
Yeah.
know, with no cost whatsoever. I was like, damn, they could have. And I was like, that at least, like, if they could summon like that, the cost should at least be, destroying both pendulum cards, right?
Something. Because
Something.
that
You know?
pre and just the way it did it. And in fact, because
Uh-huh.
I thought Pento, because I think it would have worked if they just worked like if they were like just kind of basic cards, you could just use them with other decks. No, I didn't think they were going to do something dumb like actually make them an entire mechanic that could work with themselves. That's what screwed everything up.
Oh, yeah, I mean, I know that was going to happen because it kind of has to.
Well, it didn't
But it's just
have
that
to. They just did.
that was the whole theme of that series. So
That I'll give you that. Even though I hate it, you're right. It was, yeah, I'll give you that.
uh, it's just like I said, if they could at least, like I said, if they're going to do at least that area, they should at least be focused on weaker archetypes or weaker types, like prior or reptile types. So, but the thing is that spellcasters are always a strong type. Dragons are always a strong type. Warriors just have a lot of wars. They're not really strong.
Exactly.
Warriors don't have effects like that, to make them strong. They just work well together for the most part.
Yeah.
You know, um,
Ever since the beginning.
spellcasters, dragons, light and dark types. Those things are always going to be strong, and they should have focused on something that was a lot weaker, or like I said, like normal monsters, like Pendulum should have been like normal monsters or something.
I agree.
You
The
know.
fact that they were effects, the fact that we treat as spell and trap, all that was just terrible. Nothing about pendulums I loved. Like I said, I made one pendulum deck. It's the only one I own, and that's because I bought one a magician deck. But I can't stand pendulum. Plus, I lost one of my main cards too. I don't know what the heck happened to it.
I'm thinking about the pendulum. I was thinking about the spell counter pendulum positions. But the thing is, spell counter is interesting, but such an annoying mechanic in real life.
Yeah.
Because you had to literally have to keep track of it. I was like, nah, I'm good. I'm good. You know, it's cool when you're playing on a game when it automates when it automates the counters for you and do all. Yeah, it's good for that. But if you're doing it in real life, nah, it's too annoying.
Yeah.
So, yeah, there really wasn't a pendulum deck that really caught my attention. One thing about pendulum was also I really hated it. The effects were just way too long, man.
Oh my, that's an understatement. Oh. And they would have two different ones. And it's like, come on.
I did not enjoy reading those effects at all, especially GDDs. Oh my goodness, man. I did not enjoy reading none of those cards. That's another reason why I stopped because the damn effects was way too long.
Yeah.
You know, I'm like, oh man, they got a spill effect and a monster effect. You know, they're special the summon all over the place, and I'm just like, I don't know what's going on.
Some of the worst feelings of losing was with pendulums. Like, there's been plenty of times where, like, we talked about it, where I'll pretty much have it won, and then they do some stupid crap on the field and beat me. I'm like, what the? And it just feels bad because you put in all that work to finally beat them, and then they just do some stupid swarming. What was the first one? Was it the Quillherbs? Yeah, them. Yep.
Uh, that one was brutalist decks that I never fought. I never defeated. I have defeated that deck. Not at a number I would like, but I have. Is it dealing with that? They had strong effects. You know, they kept coming back onto the field.
Yeah.
But not only that, they had Tower, which was unaffected. It was unaffected by card effect, and it was able to send one monster on your field, and all your attack and defense was lower by 500. So it was just a hard to kill boss monster.
And what made it worse was when those puppets came in, those fusion puppet cards.
Yeah.
Yep. That's what made it worse. Like I said, I beat, just like you, I beat that deck numerous times when they were at their strongest. But then at the same time, I had some of my most like just horrible feeling losses when facing that deck. It like
man, one thing about it. Well, when I did really tough was the utilization of skill drain and vanity emptiness.
yeah.
I can say I can that's why I have a real disdain for skill drain, man.
Yeah.
First skill drain, that's on that loss, man.
Again, I've gotten through it, and like just like you, I've been in that deck even with that situation multiple times. But again, it's one of the worst feeling losses. Like there's some where it's like like when you have an epic duel, it's like, man, that was a great game, back and forth, great. That one, but that decks like that was you have an epic back and forth, and it's just like, all right. It's a great, and then they just pull out some BS. And you're just like, why? Like they're done. There's too much work. Like you gotta understand. The worst one was you talked about this before, and after this story, we gotta go back because we're totally not doing what we're supposed to be doing. But the one I remember the most, I told you about it all the time. I doubt I had to record it. I don't think I have it, but It was one of the most toughest and hardest duels I ever had. And I did everything. Like you said, they did everything that they could to me, brought the puppets, all that, got rid of it all. Even was able to take down every single boss monster.
Mhm.
They had nothing left. It was over. There was nothing left. They pull out one card, sworn to feeling it was over. Like, what the And I mean, this duel went on for hours. Like at least like an hour. It went on for a very long time. And it was a really great overcoming duel just to get beat by a Treep swarm out the graveyard. Cheapest, worst feeling loss ever. Because all I did was one more turn. I attacked and I won. And no, that's not what happened. It was just a cheap loss. One of the cheapest losses I ever took. It just felt cheap. It didn't feel good. It didn't even feel fair.
Oh, I know those feelings.
Yeah. But anyways, let's get to deck building because we've been talking and having memories. We should probably do what we said we're here to do.
Mhm.
So, well, you know what? I guess before we do that, we'll go to one more deck and we'll go to my main deck. It's a light ray deck.
Okay.
Yeah. And what do you feel about that?
Well, that we can surprise you at times. Which
Well,
I'm highly aware of.
well, yeah, let me say this from my view because this is a deck that I know the best. Because I will explain the history of this deck for me and why I always use it. This deck, before anybody knew about it, I was at the time, and I probably would never get credit for this, but at the time, I was really the first one to build this deck. Nobody else really built. I'm not saying they weren't out there, but because I remember when I would go online and duel with this damn deck, everybody was like, "Oh yeah, that's a great deck. Great job." I got all the praise, all the love. B was there because at that time nobody was really playing that deck, and I'm telling you,
Yeah.
I don't want to say I was the first one, but I was one of the first people. At least when it came on like to online Yu-Gi-Oh back then, I was one of the first people to play that deck and really get it good. Like I really got it. I really got it good. I really got it good until other people, particularly when Dragon Ruler came out. Once Dragon Ruler came out, every time I play a deck, I got so much hate. Like, oh, here's this deck again. But this was the only deck that I personally took the time to really. I mean, B actually helped me after a while, but I really took the time to build myself. So I built it myself and I got it good. Then B came and helped me out. And then I kind of got to this version until the new cards came out. And then B let me know about the new cards and I got to this version. But the version before that, that was all me. And like I said, like that duel when I talked about pendulums and how I beat is this deck. This deck, even to this day, I have still beaten top tier decks with this deck. Not saying that it's consistent or good, but I have still to this very day have beaten the best decks in Yu-Gi-Oh currently with this deck. But there are definite flaws. I'll let B say his flaws first, and then I'll go ahead and go because I know this deck very well. So go ahead, B.
I said, that's something. Well, watching your gameplay is something you have to learn is the speed of your first turn, which is very possible once you learn how to use the newer light rays. I mean, not light rays, but light swarms.
Yeah.
Definitely need more than that extra deck.
Yeah.
Me personally, I I think you in your current version you run a little too much light swarms. If it was me, I'll run three versions of every single one that can special summon themselves. And for the normal summon one, I'll run version of each single one to open up space for the deck for better cards. But outside of that, really not. I said maybe some hand traps for sure to help the so you can have some type of counter to opponent's first plays. I think like a card like Ash Blossom is stable practically in every deck at this point. The extra deck would help with the lack of. I don't want to say you lack power.
No, that's the one that I don't lack.
But it lacks the power to fight strong opponents with over 3,000 attack.
No,
like that monster.
Go ahead.
If that monster has protection or destruction, it's going to be strong. It's going to be tough to get over it.
Yeah.
So that's where where you need to work on the extra deck where you can get over those strong monsters. Besides that, really not much you could do with nothing else you could do with a light swarm like deck. Because like I said, your deck and my chaos deck is similar. Until I get my Chaos Dragon back.
Yeah, which I want my Chaos Dragon to. That's just so everybody knows. That is the one. There's a few decks that me and B both share. Not to me, but there are a couple. Gemini deck, the two I know off the top of my head. I don't know if there's any other, but it's two specifically. The Gemini deck and the Chaos Dragon. Those are the only two decks that we actually have together that we actually share. So,
and I said, my Chaos Dragon, I had to convert it to a Chaos deck.
Yeah. And I'm too hard headed to want to do that.
Yeah. Until they get new support, the Chaos Dragon. Well, maybe had to switch this because of Red Eye Darkest Metal.
Yeah. That they screw that up. They need to bring back Darkest Metal back to what it used to be.
They did. The day was pretty much dead, and there was really no point.
Yeah, that's what totally killed that for me. Once they got rid of, yeah. But anyways, let me just say my piece about this deck, so we can actually get to build. So, because we're way over time. So for me, how the deck, and I've heard B's criticism before, so I'm actually missing a card, and that's funny because I play this deck. I'm like, where's that card at? And for some reason, it's not in my deck, and I don't know why. Because there is a card that I use specifically to get over powerful monster, which B knows what it. I'll say it, forget it. It's Time Lord. That is the card. That is my main.
Oh God, sorry.
Yeah, that's my main beat sticks that I use to get over stronger because he is right. I do have an issue. I did have an issue until I got that card of getting over a lot of cards. But once I got that card, it solved all those issues. Now there's other issues with it, i.e., like you said, one of the things I lack is protection. The other thing, the other issue with my deck is that pretty much I had to go first. For the most part, because if they are able to set up, it could kill my deck. Like I said, pretty much no protection. For my full protection is basically relying on, which is also not in this deck. It's honest and network Garna. That's pretty much all my protection, which is really, really, really bad. The other issue is because I know B has always
honest. I forgot about Honest.
Yeah, Honest has helped me out. The problem is I don't have enough of them. Because this is the other issue. Is that my deck is kind of perfectly balanced. And what I mean by that is so perfectly balanced that whenever I mean, I get dead hands. That is true. That's something I deal with. But whenever I either take something out or put something in, it that's when I start bricking. And it's very weird. But it's like it's very, very balanced where I have enough lower level monsters and higher level monsters where the dead hands don't happen as much. But as soon as I start changing or fiddling with it too much, that's when that dead hands start coming rapidly. And that's the issue I really found. Now, the other thing about this deck is that I have to set up. Like first turn, nah. I like this deck. Like I have beat some of the best top tier decks in Yu-Gi-Oh today, but I have to set up first, and that's the problem. Like it's all about setup. And like B knows like a time I basically because it actually is because I know I've seen other people run the deck. Even B has ran it as an attack, but I kind of run it more as a toolbox where there's like strategy. Like you can't just play it, you can't just summon all your B sticks. Even though that's what it's made to do, you can't play it that way. Because if you do, it's easy to get a dead hand. So you actually gotta pay attention and be careful when you play everything. So yeah, there's a lot of holes with this deck. It's probably the best deck that I use, and it's only because I know it. So I know how to play it. And I think B can vouch that nobody really plays this deck like I do.
Nope.
But it has some fatal flaws.
Oh yeah. Well, like I said, about a lot of those flaws, like even when you said the Time Lord, like that with a good extra day, that's not needed no more. And it'll be a lot more consistent too.
Yeah.
You know, I said the extra deck is really good today. So you look compared to what it was back then.
Yeah.
So there's plenty of cards that get over B sticks. And like I said, once you get familiar with the new life forms, your first turn it should be sped up drastically. Now of course you're gonna still run into issues because of the boss monsters. They can't really do nothing in the hand like that.
Yeah.
And
Well, the great thing about the boss monsters, they're a great target for not Minerva. What's her name? No, never mind. No. You had to mill light sword. Never mind. That's not true.
And like I had the same problem with my chaos thing.
Oh yeah, no, my fault. Yes, it is. No. I have an issue. My fault. I take that back because you can't just discard a card. It's not doesn't have to be a light sworn. You can discard one card and target. Yeah, that's why it's a good target. The other issue is I want to say that is trying to get cards out back from the graveyard. I can get cards from because there's cards out there where I could, which I have it right here, which is the burial from a different dimension where I could bring cards from banished back to my graveyard. The issue is I have a hard time with bringing these cards from the graveyard back to my hand or the field. That's another issue that I have.
I'm a chaos deck. So getting a card out of my banish zone back into my deck. That's not. But
yeah, it's a chaos.
But I do agree. It would have been nice if there was a monster that had the effect to add a card back to your hand, while it being like a dead draw if you draw it, or something like. Yeah, I really don't want to draw a monster like that if I have to summon it to use that effect.
Yeah,
but if it had an effect, that it could put a card, if it got sent to the graveyard, to put a card back in my hand or something. Or you could discard it out of my hand to grab a card to put it back in my hand. That would be cool.
Yeah. The other thing is, I wish they had life sworns that had their own protections. That would help me out too. Because a lot of life sworns don't have their own. A lot of my life sworns, they don't have their own protection. And I don't have any room to put any protection cards in. So that's why I said like don't get me wrong. I have cards on my boss monster. They can protect themselves and do damage. Like okay, like one of the toughest and this last thing I say because we gotta get to building. One of the toughest and hardest decks, and I hate playing it, but I beat it before, is Trap Tricks. Trap Tricks is a deck that my deck cannot contend with. It beats me more times than I beat it. But the way my deck beats it, and I won, and I beat that deck multiple times this way, is I gotta get far enough in a duel, I gotta have enough Life Sworns in my graveyard, then I could just start, and then all I do is I just start swarming the field with boss monsters till I beat it. I've done that multiple times. That's my way to beat that deck. But that's another thing. My deck is really weak to back row, hand traps, and back row, which is not good.
Yeah, like I said, yeah, I have a Life Sworn deck as well.
Yeah.
But that deck is faster than my Chaos Dragon deck. Oh, not Chaos, but my Chaos deck.
Yeah.
But my Chaos deck, it just has a lot more stronger monsters. This is the problem. Is that I need Chaos Dragon because that's my starter.
Yeah.
And like I said, the Life Sworn Synchro monster, she's not good. I mean, she's a good card. Don't get me wrong, but she's better for, like I say, your light ray deck and Life Sworns. I need what made the Chaos Dragon so good. I milled 5 cards, but I was able to get one of my Chaos cards. If it milled one, the lighter dart, I was able to get that back to my hand.
Yeah.
And I need that to get the deck going. And I said the new Life Swarm monster, it just mills. It doesn't give me that card that I need to get going. So until I get that card, my deck just plays normal.
Yeah. So, but anyways, I'm gonna have to stop this conversation here because we're still not building any decks.
Yeah, go ahead.
So, all right. So as you see right here, this is the next monthly live build. It will be happening in April, and right now what's winning is the Heavy Arms Custom. So this is it's not the original Heavy Arms; it's a second variant. So that one's going to be built on the next stream for sure. Also, just so you know, I actually do have a Clips channel. Now that we're doing, so not when we were doing the deck build, but the first half I will be cutting that out as a podcast of us just talking. So you will get that one. I think that was about 2 hours. Again, I'm waiting for a part. Once the part gets here, I'm probably going to be gone once again off this channel for about a week. I may not even stream that week, just so you know. So I'll make sure to let you know. You know what? I could show you this at least. If you go to boom, let's see. If you go to my post right here, I'll make sure to let you know if I'm going to be streaming that week or not, because I'm probably going to be re-upgrading the system again and trying to get everything ready, but I'm just waiting for a part. So until then, you're going to get this for now. I don't know when B's gonna come back on. I don't know if he'll come on next week or not, but whenever he does, it's always welcome here, as he knows.
So,
yeah. So again, unlike me, don't expect him on every week, but maybe we might do it like a once a month thing. Maybe we'll just do that. Maybe we'll come on once a month. We'll record an episode or whatever. And just, have a good time, talk about this stuff. So, and of course, as you know, I'm still trying to get this dude to get into Gacha Games, at least try one. We'll see what happens maybe in the future. Also, if you want to, I know he has a YouTube channel. I don't know if it's up yet, but I'm calling him out on it because he said he would have it the next time he comes on. So I don't know about that.
But you can find me on a rising man that smiles. I'm going to change that name. I just need a name, but yeah, that's my YouTube channel. That'll be way in the future. I'll be in the future. The channel I created is I'm a Bible enthusiast. Let me just say that,
You know, I'm not a teacher or not part of any religion organizations or nothing like that.
So basically, if you want, like I said, if he wants to have fun, you'll see, you can find him on this channel. But if you want to get more of the religious content, go over there. So
Mm-hmm.
that's the best part, because yes, he runs a religious channel, but when he comes here just to have fun. So
Exactly.
yeah. So no, we don't talk about that here. But if you do, you can go over there and check it out.
Or like I said, if I'm not a master dude, I could on G's platform, I could show off my deck list one day.
Yeah. We could do that. Yeah, we could definitely plan that for a future episode. So yeah. Maybe in a future episode we'll figure out a way so B could show off his decks and we can go from there.
Yeah.
So I mean, I don't know how we're going to do that, because we'll figure it out. It won't be hard.
Well, I even just want to see the deck list. I guess show them out, and so I gotta change some things on my main computer.
Yeah. No. I mean, I wouldn't mind, because maybe I don't know. If you're free one day, I know we're talking off, but if you're free one day, maybe we can sit down and figure out how we can do this without you having to call in.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, and then we could just do like a video, so if you want to, you could just show it off on screen.
Yeah, okay.
We could do something like that. But yeah, that's something we'll work on. Again, like as you see, all this is planning. But again, like I said, once that one part I'm waiting for it gets here, just so y'all know, I will probably be skipping that week for sure. So I will not. I will not be here. I will not be on here, because I'm going to be upgrading the entire page that week and everything in the computer, and I'm going to take the time I need to get it upgraded. And also, like I said, when it comes to YouTube videos, I will definitely do. Like I said, I know we talked about it here, but I'll definitely do another one. I definitely will do another one, particularly on Star Savers. You know what? I'll try to see if we can get B on, so it's not so boring. I'll try to see if I can get B on for the next Gundam Live build, because that one we react to things. So it'll be a different kind of content. We'll watch videos, we can react to stuff. So we'll try that out. So we'll plan that. So maybe we'll do a Gundam Live build in like 2 weeks. Does that work for you, B? Or possibly is that like a better opportunity?
So far, yeah.
Okay. All right. So I'll do a Gundam Live build, not next Wednesday, but the Wednesday after, and I'll probably try to have B come on, and we'll just, as I'm building, we'll play videos and react to things to see how that works out. So again, like I said, we're just planning things real time, but we'll figure it out. But either way, I'm gonna get up out of here. All right, B, you have a good one. Once again, where can I find you again?
A righteous man that smile. Alright, I want to change the name pretty soon, but you can find it now. That'll be my YouTube channel.
Okay, a righteous man that smiles. All right. Okay, and then we'll see. I'll see y'all next week. Wednesday, I stream every day. Usually early, but for sure between 11 and 4. So we ran a little long, but again, this was fun, so I enjoyed it. And of course, I'll probably like once, maybe twice a month, we'll record one of these and I'll put it out as a podcast. And then once I get everything upgraded and I get everything fixed on my computer, I'll definitely start launching the Clips channel and start promoting that. So that's the goal. That's what we're gonna do. And with that being said, all right, man. You have a good one. And for the rest of y'all have a good one. Let me put this up real quick. If you want to follow me on any of my platforms, you can see it right here. This is where you can find me. Well, okay. So the Pumped Out Fun, I know I got rid of that, but it came back. I don't know if I'm going to stream on there anymore, and that's only because they basically banned me for watching my own content, and I had no way to talk to them. So that's why I'm not sure if I want to be streaming on there anymore. And it's only because I couldn't find a way where I could talk to them and tell them, hey, you guys banned me for my own content. And so that's why I don't know if I'm gonna be streaming on there anymore. So we'll see. No guarantees, but yeah. But anyways, with that being said, we're gonna get up off of here. I'm gonna let this follow and subscribe. Take his time to do his own thing. Any last words, B?
That's it. Well, yeah. Now,
Yep.
come follow.
There you go. Subscribe or follow, depending on your platform. And yeah, all right. Okay, we're going to get up out of here. Y'all have a good one.